Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Five Large Fries, and today we're going to show you exactly where Zer is. It's pretty obvious he's marked on the map, and he is on Titan. So go ahead and mark him up, load in at the rig, and just run in this general direction when you spawn. Now, it's pretty obvious where he is, especially if you mark him up, but he is hidden away in a nice little safe area, so those of you who don't want to get shot when you're dealing with him, you're absolutely fine. No one's going to deal with you when you're in here, which is quite nice. So we'll go ahead and take a look at what he has, and hunters are going to love this guy if they haven't got the exotics already. However, the titans and the warlocks are probably going to be a little bit peeved. So the first weapon here for 29 legendary shards is the Wardcliff Coil. Now this weapon fires a volley of rockets as its intrinsic perk. It has volatile launch, greatly increasing blast radius, slightly decreasing handling speed, and slightly decreases projectile speed. Now the next one is Extended Mag. Even though it only has the one in the magazine, it greatly increases magazine size and greatly decreases the reload speed. Next is Mechanized Autoloader. The weapon automatically reloads on ammo pickup. And then finally, the last one here is Composite Stock, which slightly increases stability and slightly increasing handling speed. Now, this weapon is absolutely amazing for clearing ads, and if you want to deal a little bit of damage to bosses and things like that, it's really great for that. Now, it's not one that you would be able to directly fire because the volleys just go absolutely everywhere. Sometimes it feels like they track enemies and sometimes it feels like they don't. It's a really fun weapon to use, but if you're looking to maybe take down a boss or things like that, then maybe the Merciless is the better way to go. However, if you're looking to clear ads and large groups of enemies, then this is definitely the way to go. Next up, we have the Foe Tracer, and this is the exotic for hunters. Now, the intrinsic perk on this is the Relentless Tracker, which visually marks targeted enemies, and it deals more damage to low health marked enemies. Now, this is absolutely amazing in PvP, because when you start aiming at someone, you get this little X that goes over them. Well, it's not so much little, but you get the idea, and it allows you to see exactly where they're going and be able to trace them, maybe if they're going to run off and try and flank you, things like that. It's a really nice perk for PvP, and as well for PvE, especially on bosses and things like that. And of course, the perks here, obviously, we've talked about the intrinsic perk. The modifiers you can put here is either the increasing the resilience or increasing health recovery. Next one here is the ACDO feedback fence. Now, these were, I believe, exotics that you could have got from Destiny 1, the machine, the very last one, Wrath of the Machine. The intrinsic perk here is Fury Conductors, and melee kills build up explosive energy within the ACDO feedback fence. Being struck by a melee attack unleashes this energy in a devastating explosion. So this is great when you're surrounded by a pack of like thralls and things like that. You can just melee one, build up the energy while they're just surrounding you, and of course the war beasts as well, and absolutely decimate. I would say this is probably more of a PvE type exotic rather than a PvP, because for the most part, if you build up a melee kill in PvP, which it does happen every now and then, but you have to then be struck by a melee attack for this to unleash its devastating explosion, and I'm pretty sure you lose that stack of conduction when you die, so it's definitely more of a PvE side of things. And of course, going into this, we'll take a look at the perks. I'm pretty sure it is the same as the Foe Tracer, where you can increase the resilience or increase the health recovery. Now, the last one here is Sun Bracers. Now, this is a Warlock exotic, and this is quite nice if you're playing with the solo ones, but again, there's probably better exotics out there, if I'm honest with you. But if you don't have any exotics for the Dawnblade, then this is probably one to pick up for sure. Now, this intrinsic perk here is increases the duration of solar grenades and grants grenade energy on solar melee hits. Now, this is when I believe when your melee energy is full, that's the only time you're going to get the energy for the grenade. So it is a bit of a waste in some respects, but at the same time, it's not so bad. It's definitely not one that I would put on my Warlock over other exotics, that's for sure. So of course you have the mobility mod, so it increases your mobility, or you have the reinforcement mod, which increases your resilience. But that's it for Xur. If this video was helpful to you, please hit that like button. Obviously, if you're new around here, subscribe, because, I mean, that helps me out a lot. I cover all sorts of things. I mean, there's always going to be something for someone. Anyway, that's it for this video. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.